Not only are we showing you some crazy home prices today, we're gonna get you inside of these models, but we're also showing you a builder that's offering 4.99% fixed interest rates. We're in Houston's fastest growing suburb, and it was not the place that I thought was gonna be #1, but it is Hockley, Texas. We are just a few minutes away from Cypress, and we're up here on the northwest side of Houston, right along Highway 290. And this is where the path of progress is here in Houston. We just happen to be in one of the hottest neighborhoods here in Hockley, but we're only 2 minutes away from all of the amenities that serve the Cypress area. In fact, the Cypress Outlets are definitely the biggest outlet mall in the Houston area. They also have a 4-mile long shopping center. It's got everything. So we're seeing tons of people move into this neighborhood. We're seeing medical professionals, firefighters, police officers, teachers. It's a very well-rounded neighborhood. And they also have prices starting as low as $300,000. If you're looking for that kind of entry-level home, but not those entry-level interior finishes, I think you're gonna like the homes that we're showing you today, because quality-wise, as we walk through these homes, they're just a tier above what we're seeing in a lot of other communities that are starting at those $300,000 price points. And this community isn't just a small builder community. There's multiple builders, and when it's completed, there will be 1,800 homes. The amenities are already in place. They've got a pool, they've got tennis courts. In fact, they've got pocket parks located all throughout the neighborhood, so you can just go to different parks throughout the week. And they just opened up the elementary school that's inside of the community. Now, there's so much growth going on out here. There's a lot of funding being pushed into these schools. And now I think we're gonna see a complete turnaround with the schools out here, because basically Waller ISD is just building new schools inside of every single development that's being built out in the Hockley area. Now, each of the 3 builders we're showing you inside of today are actually very different. Even though they come in around the same price tags, they're different sizes and they offer different features. And some of them are gonna allow you to pick everything out, and then others are gonna just be completely turnkey. What you see is what you get. And Empire is actually right in that sweet spot. They actually have packages that you can pick out that their designers have pre-selected. And so as we go through that, I'll show you all of the finishes and what your different options are gonna be with these different builders. And as always, as soon as we walk out of each home, we're gonna tell you exactly how much they cost so that you know whether or not they fit your budget. So let's go check out our first house. This is Empire Homes, and this is gonna be a 40-foot model home. If you don't know what that is, we say it all the time on our channel, but I'll explain it real quick. That just means the front width of the lot is 40 feet wide, which means this is gonna be one of the smallest product sizes that they feature out here. However, if you look up this way, this is a 2-story. So the first time I walked this floor plan, I completely missed the staircase, and I thought this was a 1-story home, which is actually cool because it lives and feels like a 1-story, and then you just have so much more room upstairs. Now, before we go show you inside the home, I do wanna let you know, typically as a model home, this is gonna be walled off and this is gonna be the garage. But what's cool, and you can see these swatches down over on the floor, this is also gonna be the sales center. So you're gonna be able to come in here, and depending on if you buy a move-in ready inventory home, you'll just buy it as it is. Otherwise, you can actually pick a color swatch of the flooring and the cabinets and the countertops and build the home with the floor plan on the lot that you want from their kind of pre-selected design center selection. So you've got all that up here, but this is the heart of the home. As soon as you come in through the front door, it opens up nicely. A kitchen's pretty good size for counter space, in my opinion. This is a 2,400 square foot home. It's 4 bedrooms, so I'd say it's a mid-size, good size family home. And a lot of times these 40-foot products, I won't lie, they feel a little bit tight and narrow. I thought that this was bigger than that. They killed it on the floor plan of this home. And as you can see from my viewpoint over here, this feels nice and open. A lot of the 40-foot products we film feel kind of like a bowling alley. It's just front to back, very shotgun style, and that's not the case in here. So you've got your white shaker cabinets, very modern look. They got the pull tabs on them. All of the countertops are the same color. And then this is the appliance package that they come with. We saw this last week when we were filming Empire, but you got the stainless steel fridge airs and plenty of counter space. So some of these kitchens can get tight when you get into these square footages. And as I walk this house, and I'll show you, I'm pleasantly surprised with just the amount of space that you get. Now, this is the laundry room, but I don't want to spoil it. We'll come back here and you'll see why here in a minute. This is your gas 5-burner slide-in range. It doubles as the oven, so you don't have a separate oven stack anywhere else. And then the sink is large. You got plenty of space here, no divider, deep farmhouse sink. You got your pantry, check that out. That is a real pantry. That's not some little cheap cornered pantry. You got plenty of space in there. You can feed multiple families. Now, formal, informal dining room area, I like that it's right up here at the front of the house. I also love that it's connected to the main living space. There's still plenty of space here before you get over into the main living area. Now look down. I love these floors. This is a vinyl plank, but this is one of the more natural looking wood tones that we see anywhere. In fact, I actually love this floor. This is a beautiful color. You've got a really good size area for a dedicated sectional. They've got 2 chairs and a little mini sectional, but I would probably just get the biggest, L-shaped sofa that I could and cram it in here now. It just feels a lot larger in here because you've got the openness up to that second floor. So I like when you've got a 2-story in the main living areas when they utilize that height and kind of open up one of the main living spaces. So the staircase, which we'll get to in a minute, is actually tucked in over here, but I want to show you guys outside. This home comes with a covered back patio. This is a standard size, and it's plenty big. It's not tiny by any means. This home is 3-side brick, and then on the back, you've got hardy plank, which is like a concrete board. If you're not familiar with Texas construction, it's really durable, so it lasts just as long as brick, so it's pretty sturdy. Plenty of shade cover and decent sized backyard on this one. I will say, some of their 1-stories, their backyards get really nice and tight, but one thing that's different about this community than a lot of the communities around here, if you back up to one of the roads, you're gonna get a brick wall, which is nice. It's an upgrade from this kind of 6-foot cedar good neighbor fence. So for the price, I'm in the location here, I'm very impressed with what you get for the money. I think this is one of the most valuable communities that we've seen lately in terms of bang for your buck. Now coming in here, plenty of space in the master. It doesn't feel tight at all. Plenty of room for your king size bed, but I mean, even with this seating area here, you still have a full walkway. You got the tray ceilings that go from 9 to 10 feet. Now the upgrades are obviously gonna be the design finishings. It doesn't come with this. This almost feels like I thought it was wallpaper. I actually think it's like a peel and stick vinyl, almost like you see in motorhome RVs, but that doesn't come with the builder. That's the designer after the fact. All right, now this is what I wanted to show you. Now this is the bowling alley. This goes from bathroom to closet all the way over to that laundry room, which we saw in the kitchen. So pretty open, doesn't feel too tight through here. Plenty of space to get ready, dual vanities. And I really like the window in the bathroom. I like that we get that natural light. They added the framed out mirrors too, which is an upgrade. No bathtub. So let me know if it's a deal killer for you, but I don't think it is. Oh my gosh, Keith, big upgrade. See, 2 things I love. I love the bench in the shower, but I can't scratch the back, so I need one of these guys. In fact, I just got a new one last week. Too much information, but love it. Plenty of space in this shower. No bathtub, but extra space in the shower. I like it, big fan. Coming over here, see if you got a knee knocker. Toilet room, pretty decent size. And then you are gonna have the linen closet, which is important. And then this is what I was talking about in these homes, having design selections. So for whatever reason, they hid the different wood staining options for the handrails in the closets. I'm just gonna put them back where I found them. I think if I were to pick, I would pick this one. I think that one's my pick. Over here, this is the closet. I definitely judge closet sizes. This one's pretty decent because you got dual hanging space here with shelves. And then over here, one thing I've been loving, as we've seen a lot of Empire homes lately, is they have this lower shelf. A lot of builders don't include this, and I'm just glad that they do it. But so much hanging space in here. And this is what I was talking about. If you were to build with them and you were to pick out your design package, this is where you'll come and get your sample brick. And they've got a lot of different options in here. It looks like they've got about 40 or 50 different brick options. So coming back in through the closet into the laundry room, you've got a lot of space, so it's tough to see without the appliances in here, but I wanna show you something special. This is where your washing machine's gonna go. This is where your dryer's gonna go, but you have a plug here for a full-size refrigerator. So if you want a secondary laundry room fridge, you can have that. And then I would probably put some extra shelving over here. You got extra space. And this loops all the way back around. We're back in here at the kitchen. And then as we make our way upstairs, you can see now how I thought this was a 1-story because the staircase was hiding in plain sight. And it's not until you're at this angle where you see that there's even an upstairs with an overflow balcony. Now, as soon as you're at the top of these stairs, you've got a pretty good sized living room. It does spill over downstairs, but unlike a lot of homes where you kind of have this big open spillover, for whatever reason, downstairs didn't feel like you were being spied on from upstairs. This is a good size. A lot of homes in the 2,400 square foot range, you would expect that the upstairs would be tight, but you'll see as we go through everywhere up here, you get plenty of space. I do want to check out this closet. Boom, extra storage space. We'll turn that off for them. Not only do you have the living space with the TV room sofa, you could do ping pong or pool up here, but they even have an office kind of set up for the kids to get their schoolwork done. Now, here's where I started to get really impressed. All of the bedroom sizes are pretty good size. I would say they're medium. They're not too small, they're not massive. At least this one's not. They set it up as a home gym. But the closets are killer here. So much space, and then even then, looks like you've got walk-in attic space over here. So much storage in a 2,400 square foot home. And the thing is, here in Texas, I know we say this a lot, but if you haven't seen our videos, we don't have basements in Texas. This is where people store all of their Christmas goods. So anytime you have a walk-in attic where you don't have to go up through the roof to get in, it's nice though to have those extra storage spaces to store all of your things. Let me know in the comments below who's rocking the bunk beds, okay? I remember vividly, I got to go to Disney as a kid, and while I was gone, my mom like remodeled my whole room, and I came back and had a drum set with a loft bed, and the walls were all painted, and it was like my first big kid room. So this is nostalgic, but let me know who's rocking the bunk beds. And then check out these closets, massive. Now, this is where they're gonna pull in all of your Wi-Fi and internet and security systems. Now upstairs, I think this is where you start to feel it's 2,400 square feet. There's one restroom up here. However, there's two vanities. So all three of the bedrooms up here are gonna share this bathroom. It's really the only con I see of this floor plan, but check out the room size here. You got a queen size bed with a full size desk, a chair in the corner, gorgeous, natural light, and then these closets are killing it. This closet even has its own window. Check that out. So much space, and when it comes down to the actual price tag for the location and everything you get, I think it's a 10 out of 10. So let's go downstairs. I'm gonna walk you outside, and as we head over to our next listing, I'm gonna tell you the size ranges that Empire builds in and exactly what you can get this home for. Now, the pricing with Empire, because they build a smaller product than the other builders, this will actually be one of the cheapest products you're gonna find out here. Because Lennar, who we'll show you at the end, builds a larger product, they might be a little bit less price per square foot, but you're gonna get the lowest price home with Empire. They actually start just over $300,000, right around $315,000, and their most expensive home is only gonna cost you $370,000. So everything with Empire in this 40-foot product is gonna be in the 300s. Now, the home we just left was just under 2,400 square feet. They're selling this exact home for $375. And what's really cool is that there were no upgrades in that home, meaning that what you see is what you get. A lot of these different builders' model homes are gonna have a lot of upgrades in them. And so when you call us, because you watch our videos and you love it, and then you actually get here, there's a disconnect. You're like, well, where's all the pretty stuff? Well, it's because they're showing you stuff in the model home that's not actually in the homes, but that's not the case here with Empire. So you're getting square footage starting as low as 1,500 square feet, because this is gonna have some smaller products, going up to about 2,600 square feet, and the prices are about as good as it gets with Empire. Now we're gonna go over and check out our next builder. Now, if you are looking for a home that has a little bit more optionality, some higher quality level finishes, and you're okay spending a little bit more money, then I think you're gonna love this builder we're about to go in and check out. But if you're looking at just the price and you want the most bang for your buck, stick around, because the last home we're gonna show you is exactly that. We're going inside of Ashton Woods, but before we do, if you don't already know, my name's Kyler Ferris. I run one of the biggest real estate teams here in Houston, and we make these videos just for you guys. So if you're thinking about moving to Houston, Texas, don't be shy. Just give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us a quick email. That way we can help you make a smooth move right here to Houston, Texas. Now, the first feature that I noticed that you're not gonna see with any of the other builders out here in this community are gonna be these glass sliders. We usually don't start seeing these features until we get into what, the $600,000–700,000 price points. So to see them at this price point is nice, and that is kind of how I want to kick things off with Ashton Woods. We haven't filmed them a ton on our channel, but we've sold a lot of homes with them, and one thing that sets them apart at this price range are going to be the fact that they have a lot of robust features that you can pick out. Now, you don't have the option to go to the design center and pick everything out with this builder. However, you do have the option to pick from some of their pre-selected design center options, starting with these thicker countertops. You'll notice that these are upgraded from where we just came from. You've got kind of the thicker quartz countertops. They almost look like a faux marble. And then you've got this huge stainless steel farmhouse sink. I had this in my first house. I really like it. They do get scratched up, but you can, for 12 bucks on Amazon, throw in a little protector. Plenty good size pantry. It's not quite as big as where we just came from, but most pantries in this price range and in this size range are gonna be about this size. Now, this is a one-story floor plan. It's right around 2,175 square feet. So it's smaller than the Empire home we just looked at, but it's on a wider lot. So these lot sizes are about 10 feet wider. And so the home's gonna feel a little bit more open through the middle, but because it's not two-story, you don't have those two-story ceiling heights. Similar to what we just saw over at Empire, you do have the slide-in range with the oven underneath it. I love the microwave up above it. And then a single-tone cabinet color, painted cabinet. It's kind of a taupe gray, I would say. They added this. This is an upgrade. This doesn't come standard, but they almost gave it like a nice diner feel with this bench over here. So in your dedicated formal dining slash kitchenette area, you've got a 6-seater table. It's a rectangular shape, so this probably wouldn't be a great space for a circular table. However, I think it's plenty of room, especially for a 2,100, 2,200 square foot home. Now, as far as the living room goes, before we pop outside with those sliders, I think this is an adequate amount of space. I think this is a big enough living space. If you look over there, the kitchen island holds 4 full bar stools, and there's still a large enough walkway where it's not all smushed together. And that really comes down to the fact that this home is on a wider lot than those 40-foot products. So you got plenty of room for a TV. They could have gone bigger. They got surround sound in here, which is nice. And this doesn't cost a lot of money, guys, by the way. They just threw up some like 4x1 pieces of wood and on the sheetrock, nail gunned it in and painted it. And it just gives some nice texture and dimension. So now I'm about to get blinded. Let's open this thing up. And guess what? It's nice and quiet out. I promise you guys, these lawn crews follow us everywhere. It's like they have our filming schedule, and it's like they want to ruin the audio in all of our videos. Here in the backyard, pretty good yard size. A lot of the yards are gonna be a little bit smaller than this actually. And then one thing I wanna note is the grass that they used over here is kind of a hybrid. It looks like it's a mix of St. Augustine and rye. And so it's nice and green in the middle of winter, which is pretty rare. And because this is an upgraded option, if you weren't to upgrade this, you just have windows here and this would be your standard patio door. But I mean, come on, who doesn't want a slider, especially right around the $400,000 price range. Now they're gonna have floor plans that start around 1,800 square feet, and they're gonna go all the way up to 2,900 square feet. Now I will say this master bedroom, it's a good size, but it's actually not as big as the last model home we were at. Now, this king bed's huge, and I love the decor in here. It's got like a rustic feel to it. Still have a good seating space, but overall I would say it's a little smaller than next door. You do have 10-foot ceilings in here, and we have a bathtub. So those of you that do want a bathtub, Ashton Woods offers that. In fact, I think it was Ashton Woods that we showed over in the Ashton Woods video where they started to pull the bathtubs out of some of their homes. So I'm glad to see that they have that option over here. They still have a full walk-in shower, the really modern, glass encasing here. And then closet space, I would say for 2,200 square foot house is good. Now, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Where is the shelf? Where's the shelf? You wanna set something down? Here, let me just, you can't, because there's not a shelf. Come on, guys, give me shelves. Now there's one more room here I really want to show you, but I think it's important you know where we're at. I mentioned that we're right on the outskirts of Cypress. If you live here, you could very much feel like you live in Cypress, but technically you are in Hockley, Texas. And Hockley, maybe you've never heard of it, but it did come up, as I mentioned, as the #1 suburb people are moving to, and it's because it's one of those suburbs that just has so much land, and there's a ton of developments popping up over here. Just up the road, you've got the Grand Prairie, which we've shown you, you've got Jubilee, but what I really like about Dellrose is that it's closer than both of those. It really feels like you live in Cypress, Texas. You are immediately bordering Highway 99, which is that huge outer toll road that I love using. I use it to commute to film all of our videos, but it's very convenient. And then you're also right along Highway 290, which is actually the freeway that connects you from Houston to Austin. There's tons of shopping along this road. You've got the outlet mall. It's like less than 5 minutes away from here. It's got all of your higher end retail stores. In fact, anytime I film in Cypress, I like to try to finish early so I can go over there and actually go to all of these outlets. And then you've got tons of shopping over here. I mean, miles of shopping. One of the biggest shopping centers really that there is anywhere in Houston, whether it's food or shopping or even bigger items like furniture, you've got it just right down the road. Now, because you're not in Cypress and you're in Hockley, you are in a different school district. But the good thing is Waller's experiencing so much growth right now that there's pretty much a new Waller school in every single neighborhood. So here in this community, they just opened last year their brand new elementary school. In fact, it's right across from these model homes. The flashing school zone light was going as we were pulling up. And so school is in session and your kids are able to walk to school, and they have sidewalks all throughout the community. So if you want your kids to walk or bike, they can safely do that to the school without being in any of the major roads or in the traffic. So pretty much kindergarten all the way through 8th grade, your kids are gonna be able to go to school in this community. So when you're looking up school ratings, what I highly encourage you not to do is look at old school ratings, because things are rapidly changing in Waller ISD. And I'm not just selling you on the school district. Do your own research. I don't have kids in these schools, but what I will tell you is we've had a lot of clients make mistakes of using even school ratings from the year or two prior, but things are changing really quickly in these faster growing Houston suburbs. So that's where we're at today. They've got killer amenities in the community too. They've got tennis, they've got pickleball nets over on the tennis court so you can switch them up and play both. They've got the pool, which is a really nice pool. They don't have a fitness center, but they've got all these pocket parks all throughout the community, so they're gonna give you plenty of different options to take the kids to the different playgrounds. Especially in gorgeous weather like this, it's nice to mix it up for kids of all ages. That's one thing I've learned with having little kids, is that a playground for a 5-year-old is different than a playground for a 1-year-old. So you've got a lot of different options. They also have community events out here. So even though this development was developed by Empire, which is one of the builders, it's a separate company, the development company and the builder. And the developer has done a good job of very much making this feel like a master plan communities. There's hiking trails everywhere. There's gorgeous ponds that actually look nice. They don't just look like ditches. They're like, you know, grassed nicely and irrigated. So the community overall, I think, is really pretty. So that's where we're at. That's the community overview. And we still have another house to show you after this, so stick around. If you're looking for the absolute lowest prices out here, you're gonna wanna check out that last one. What you're getting over here at Ashton Woods are some of the higher end finishes. And I love in a 2,100, 2,200 square foot 1-story home when they have a secondary flex space, because it just is gonna appeal to so many different buyers. You could use this as a home office if you're working from home, but you could also use it as a playroom for little kids. Have it as a media room. This could also be configured as a formal dining room if you wanted to use it that way. I personally wouldn't, because you've got a big enough kitchenette over there. Now right across the hallway, you've got a full bath. This is gonna kind of double as the half bath. Decent sized room, queen bed with 2 nightstands and a closet over there in the corner. Now, going all the way back down this way, this is gonna connect to the garage. This is actually used as their sales office right now. But in the laundry room, just so you can kind of understand the amount of space, they've got a shelf up there. They just don't have one in the master closet. Come on, guys. So they've got full-size washer dryer. These are up on pedestals, plenty of room for that. And this isn't the biggest laundry room I've been in, but sometimes they come to like here. At least you've got this extra space over here for these little laundry bins tucked in. And that's it for this hallway. You've got a closet. So this is kind of your staging area for, you know, when you come home from work or come home from school and go through the garage. And then up here, very similar floor plan as a lot of 1-stories these days, but pretty good sized bedrooms with these queen beds, tall ceilings, and then you got the window. And then these are different than the last closet. You got the double doors, not walk-ins, but plenty of hanging space. Looks like they're hiding some chandeliers in there. Now, single vanity, I do like all the black. Let me just tell you this. We've sold a lot of homes lately where we get to the final walkthrough, and come on guys, the hinges aren't matching the doorknobs. If you're gonna get black, you might as well get the black hinges too. So that's why you hire us. We fix the little things. We made sure the builders swapped them all out to match. And then you also have the bronze windows that look black. They're technically dark brown, but you would never notice. So you got the black windows in here and a queen bed too. I love when there's enough room in these model homes to fit a queen bed, and then they actually do it, because it does show you that this is bigger than just like a 10 by 11 room. You've got a desk over here to get some studying done, plenty of space, and you have 8-foot doors throughout the whole home. So 8-foot doors are important. They're definitely gonna open up that first floor. A standard door height is 6'8", which is right about here. And so getting that extra 1.5 feet, I think, makes a big difference. So let's go outside and tell you how much this home costs you. Now, the home that you just saw has some bells and whistles that a lot of their inventory homes aren't going to feature, like those sliders, for example. But that being said, this home, as spec'd out as you saw it, would still sell around $415,000. And circling back to where we're located and all the amenities it has to offer, I just think this is a great value neighborhood. Their prices actually start at $350,000. Their smaller square footage homes are around 1,800 square feet, and their biggest ones go up to 2,900 square feet. So you would be spending as much money as possible here and still not get over that $450,000 price point. So if you're looking for those higher end finishes on a wider lot and you've got the budget for it, I definitely think Ashton Woods is gonna be your builder out here. Now, if you're looking for the lowest prices and more bang for your buck, and we're gonna have to head on right over here to Lennar. Lennar typically does a great job of delivering value, and typically they're gonna be the lowest price point builder in whatever neighborhood they're in. So we're just gonna walk on over and we'll show you what they have to offer. The first thing you'll notice as soon as you come into this main living area is it is just one huge square, and there is plenty of space. Starting in the kitchen, you've got the big kitchen island. It could easily fit 4 bar stools, probably not quite 5. Huge dining room table. This is the first one we've seen that'll seat 8 people, and this home's only 2,390 square feet. So it's actually lower square footage than the Empire's first model home, but it's a single story, so it's gonna just feel a little bit more open. Now, as far as pantry space goes, this is also killer. I'm excited. We're 2 for 3 today on the larger pantries. You've got the white shaker cabinets, and they even go up a little bit further. Sometimes they get cut off right here, but I like to see that extra space. Now, what I will say is I've never seen cabinets that small up there, so I don't know what you would store in there. So as far as appliances go, all stainless steel appliances. We've seen slide-in ranges at all 3 of the different builders today, very similar styles, and you're gonna see that a lot in this price point. Stainless steel dishwasher, and then same fridge airs. So very comparable appliance packages. I think really it's just gonna come down to the layout and the lot sizes that you're looking for. What I do like is that they did the faux cabinets. I gotta make sure they're not real, I didn't think they were, but the faux cabinet wrap all the way around, so it's upgraded as opposed to just your basic sheetrock. And one thing I wanna clarify, it's got a Lennar sign in the front yard, but these are actually Village Builders products, and Village Builders and Lennar are the same company. It gets a little confusing, even though I've done this 10 years, but Village Builders is kind of a slightly higher end spec'd out product. I'm probably gonna blind you as I walk over here, but let's just walk out. I gotta prepare with my sunglasses. Get ready, guys. Boom, that evening sun. You got the sun setting over here in the west. Orientation's a big factor, so be sure to talk to us about that when we're helping you buy homes, but just making sure that you kind of figure out where you want that hot summer sun to be setting every single day. Now, this patio's nice and long, but it's quite narrow, but it is, I mean, it's a big back patio. It just doesn't stick out all that far. And then yard space, I would say, is decent size. Now, they've got 2 different lot sizes with Lennar. They're the only builder that's building on 50s and 55s. So they do have some of the larger lot options out here. So if lot size is gonna be one of your biggest factors when looking to purchase in this area, pretty decent sized living room area here. I don't feel like it's congested at all. I also like that it's tucked in and you don't have to pass through it to get anywhere. And then as far as the flooring goes, you've got a really good looking like luxury vinyl plank. It looks more like a natural real wood. So coming back over here into the master bedroom, we've got a full king size bed, a lot of natural light, 10-foot ceilings, exactly what you're wanting. Definitely bigger than where we just came from. It feels a lot more like Empire's master when it comes down to space. Now, it gets a little bit tight over here in this bathroom area. You do have a walk-in shower, and then you can't see it, but you got the linen closet tucked in over here. Dual vanities. You do have a window bringing in light, but unlike Empire, you've got kind of the frosted glass, and it sits up a little bit higher, so you still get that privacy while getting that light. And then undermount cabinet sinks. This is kind of the quality level I like. I don't really like the solid piece, sinks built into the countertops. I think that's when it starts to get pretty cheap. So I think they've kind of picked the right upgrades while still keeping this home really affordable. And check it out, pretty good closet size. I would say it's a good size. Still missing our shelves, but I'll stop complaining about that. Lots of hanging space in here, and you have the built-in shoe rack. So overall, I would say it gives you plenty of space for a 2,400 square foot home. Now, all the other bedrooms are gonna be located up here at the front of the home. So you've got this main living area that's off of the back. And as we walk down the main hallway, you do have a flex space. Because this is a 1-story, I love when they have these additional options here on this first floor, because you're gonna have it as an office, or you could flex it as a game room for the kids, or even a media or movie room. And then right across the hallway over here is gonna be your laundry room. Now, it's a little bit tight, but I do appreciate that they gave you the extra shelving in here. And then the entire first floor, because it's just a 1-story, you've got 10-foot ceilings, so it's nice and open. You've got the 8-foot doors, and they even have a decent amount of storage. This is gonna be your coat closet. And then as we walk up here, you can kind of split off to the left or to the right. You've got a full bedroom here, and this is definitely gonna be the largest secondary bedroom. We've got queen bed, full-size dresser, plenty of space. You even have the chair to lounge and sit over in the corner. And then as far as closet space goes, pretty decent amount of hanging space. I do like that they went with the multi-levels. And then you gotta go across the hallway to get to the other 2 bedrooms. Now, this is gonna be your garage, standard 2-car garages, and then full-size bath that's gonna kind of cater to this bedroom primarily. Across the hallway, you've got another full-size bath, and it's really designed to serve these 2 bedrooms. You've got a queen bed in here, and I like that they're showing off, you know, how big these rooms actually are by putting full-size furniture in here instead of throwing in twin-size beds where you really can't tell. This is gonna be where they run in all of your, you know, smart home system, security, and then last but not least, you got this front bedroom right up here. Now this one's gonna get the most natural light. I'm still putting in I don't know if it's a queen or a full, but either way, it could definitely fit a queen with these full-size nightstands off to the sides, and I even like what they did up top with this extra piece of unfinished wood trim. So this home is just over 2,000 square feet, so it's kind of one of their mid-size, as I mentioned. They're gonna go from around 1,800 all the way up to 2,900 square feet. So we'll get you guys outside and tell you exactly how much these homes cost. Now, because Lennar is building on some of the larger lots out here, their sizes are actually gonna start a little bit larger than what we saw at Empire and Ashton Woods. Their smallest home is gonna be about 1,900 square feet, and their largest home is gonna be the biggest homes out here, around 2,900 square feet. They used to build up to 3,400, but they're not building those anymore. This neighborhood's been around, by the way. I don't know why we didn't get this one out to you guys sooner, but they've been building out here for 6 years, and they're still nowhere near being finished, but it's far enough along where you get all of the benefits of a new construction home with completed amenities in a phenomenal location. Their price ranges are actually gonna start around $360,000, and they're gonna go up to $450,000. And you can get this exact home as you saw it right around the $400,000 price point, depending on which lot you go with. So if you like what you see out here, obviously reach out, but there's a lot of growth here in Hockley, and so I definitely recommend you continue to explore. And one of the best ways to do that is to check out these videos right here. These are 2 brand new communities that are just now starting in the path of progress here in Houston. And as always, if you're thinking about moving to Houston, do not be shy. We make these videos just for you guys. So give us a call, shoot us a text, send us a quick email. That way we can help you guys make a smooth move right here to Houston, Texas.